Happy Tuesday! Today on the Morning Blend, we are teching it up. We show you the latest and greatest trends that are guaranteed to help you get your day started.
And later, I'm in the kitchen cooking up a tasty, healthy treat for the family.
Then, I chat with star Dee Wallace about her upcoming magical show and tell you where you can catch it.
It's going to be a great day. Let's get it started right now.
It's a great day, so make it everything you want it to be. It's yours and it's mine. It's a great day to shine.
Yes, good Tuesday morning. I'm Carly Wegner.
And I'm Stephanie Summers. Good morning, everyone. All right, so be honest. How many times did you hit the snooze button before you actually got up and out of bed this morning? At 3 o'clock in the morning, for me, it was probably at least 3 times.
I know, and we point this out, not to bring shame to anybody, but I know we have all been there. When that snooze button is just calling your name and saying, don't worry, the day can wait, the job can wait, your responsibilities of being a mom, a wife, and a career woman, it can all wait. Just 5 more minutes.
Just 5 minutes, that's all, right? But now, thanks to new technology, a new invention, there's help so you can say, so long, snooze button.
So long. Yeah, in today's tech trends, we are telling you about, have you heard about this yet? The Ruggy. It's something inventors are calling the world's best alarm clock.
It's fun to say, too, right?
The Ruggy, I know. So it's pretty cool. So here it is right there. It's a mat. Memory foam, apparently very, very comfortable. But the deal is that you have to get up and out of bed and stand on the mat for at least 3 seconds. You can't just stand up and then go back, right back to bed.
What? Does it keep an annoying sound keeps going off unless you actually stand there for
Yeah, and
long?
you can change the settings too. Like I'm thinking 3 seconds may not actually be enough for me. I'm thinking I may need make me stand up for like 10, 15
right,
seconds
3 seconds
at
is
least.
all right, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, exactly. But you can change the settings on it. You saw that there was the time on it. You can set music to it.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah.
That would be the #1 thing I would want. Music, a good song to get you out of bed in the morning.
But I will say, and too, your schedule has changed. So how are you doing with the earlier hours? Is it any?
Okay.
But too, don't you think with the new baby though, it doesn't matter? I mean,
no, because
you're
I'm
up random
every
hours
hour
anyways.
So I actually have that internal alarm clock now, or if it's not that one, it's the one in the other room that's getting me up. But
well, and that's funny about the internal alarm clock too, because now on the weekends, my body, I just get up. I mean, the kids will actually, for once in a lifetime, be sleeping in.
That time you should be able to take advantage of that, but instead your mind is saying, I got to get up and attend those responsibilities you were talking about.
Darn, we
Carly.
have to get to it. So the rug, okay, so it's $59. I don't know, would you spend $59 on it? I have heard a trick that you can actually take the alarm clock and move it on the other side of the room to make you get up as well.
Yeah.
But who uses an alarm clock anymore? Does anyone use an alarm clock?
No, it's all about the cell phone,
right?
Right? Yeah. But I think that's important. If you do have trouble getting up out of bed and you don't have the Ruggy, put that alarm across the room. That'll get you up.
So you can't actually buy it today. It's on Kickstarter, and it's really just gone above and beyond what they even expected. So I think they're saying that they have the money to, due to unforeseen circumstances, it should be ready to go by the end of the year. So maybe something to consider if you have trouble getting out of bed.
59 isn't that bad, right?
59? Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe the reason that you are having trouble getting out of bed is you are not getting a good night's rest. Well, we know of an app that may be able to help.
This one is called Pillow, and it's today's app of the day.
Yeah, this is really interesting too, and I think there's a lot of similar ones like this, but Pillow, it really tracks your mind. I'm not exactly sure how, maybe you just keep it next to you, speaking of your cell phone, because it's always next to you, but it's able to track, #1, it can sync up to your Fitbits and things, and it's able to kind of tell, that way if you are inputting everything, how much caffeine you were drinking that day. It can test how much you're tossing and turning in the middle of the night, if you're actually getting that important REM, that REM sleep that everyone talks about. So it monitors your sleep quality.
Although tracking that caffeine, I'm not sure how much I want to know exactly how much I'm consuming during the day. Might not always be a good
But they
thing.
do say there's this very strong correlation between caffeine and what time during the day.
It really does.
And it's quite a bit of, you may think having a coffee at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon is, it's it's fine if I go to bed at 9 o'clock. Yeah,
Not all
not so
the
much.
time.
Yeah, not all the time. So I do think this is interesting if you're really wanting to keep track of your sleep.
And price point for this one, is there a price on this one? Or is this one
Free for the basic version,
Okay.
and then there is kind of an upgraded version. I think that's $4.99. So really not for
Compare that to
free.
the
I would
Rusty.
try it out. And aren't you nosy about your sleep? Because you never really know. You're sleeping. So you need someone else
Nobody's
to kind of,
watching.
unless your husband is telling you snore or something.
Well, yes, I was just going to say I have someone that just kind of wakes me up all the time.
Or the baby waking you up all the
Yes.
time. Ay,
Mom,
ay,
shut up.
All right, well, something else that may be able to help you get out of bed, right? Of course, what we do every day, a couple times a day.
must.
Talk about caffeine, coffee.
We are getting our morning jumpstart with Seminole Casino Hotel Immokalee. Any day is always a good day to try the new Lucky Me Noodle House at Seminole Casino Hotel. Serving Asian cuisine with a bold new spin. Simply delicious. But the Morning Blend is the only place where you can find these great mugs. Fourth person to call, 239-673-3388, will receive the Morning Blend Seminole Casino mug. You can't win, though, if you've won something with us over the last 120 days, so good luck.
Are you suffering from the post-holiday blues? Well, I am so happy to introduce you to our next guest. Dr. Lauren Mason is a clinical psychologist who specializes in assessment and treatment of emotional and behavioral health disorders in both children and adults. Today, she is joining us here on The Blend to speak about the post-holiday blues. Good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning.
for being here.
Thank you.
So you're new to the Morning Blend family, new to Southwest Florida, so welcome.
Thank you.
Give people a little bit of a background of kind of what you studied and why this is a passion of yours.
Well, I'm from Maryland, Silver Spring, which is right outside of Washington, and I've practiced as a clinical psychologist in Maryland for about the last 10 years.
Okay.
Before that, I studied at Fordham, which is in New York, and I've just always been enthusiastic about behavior and emotional disorders.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We're talking about everywhere, you know, from kids up to adults, and specifically, let's talk about the holiday blues this morning. And I don't know if necessarily, you know, we were talking, it's not like someone comes in and says, okay, I am suffering from the holiday blues.
Right.
But I do think people maybe just kind of get into a funk this time of year, and
Exactly.
they don't know why. Is that maybe why someone would maybe feel a little differently this time of year?
Yeah, and there are lots of different triggers. For some people, it's because they had so much fun during the holidays. Then, yeah, they have parties, things to get dressed up for, gifts to wrap, and then suddenly there's nothing. They got to go
Yeah.
back to work, and it's kind of, you know, back to the humdrum. So for them, you know, they get a little bit bored. Someone else, they may have had a really difficult holiday. So some of my patients come to me and they say, oh my gosh, you know, I was having so much fun with my family, and it made me realize that I don't have my family yet.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't met that special someone to have kids with, and so they get a little bit down. And it's still others, they've made some bad decisions over the holidays, like they've spent way too much money on presents.
Those credit card
Yeah.
bills are coming in this time of year. It's true.
Yeah, and or they've eaten too much, and so then they're stuck, so they're feeling a little bit bad. So those are different reasons.
So how do you know if it's just something that's more kind of temporary, or if it's something that may be a little bit more long-term that really, really needs to be looked at?
Well, usually it's the length of time.
Okay.
Post-holiday blues, post-holiday depression, it usually lasts just a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So usually
At
by
the max, 3 weeks at the
yeah.
max. Okay.
Yeah, so by February, you should be feeling fine again. If you're still feeling down at the end of January, still the beginning of February, then go talk to someone. You can go to your primary health care provider. They might be able to refer you to someone. Or you can even look up your own mental health professional in your insurance directory.
What I love when we were talking about in the commercial break, a great piece of advice that I think you had was to go ahead and maybe set a date for something in 2016 of
Yeah.
something to look forward to. Give us some examples you think on maybe something that might be good to set.
Well, for instance, if you're someone who's gotten into debt, then you set a plan to talk to a financial planner, or and make sure it's just bite-sized pieces, which you plan to do. If you're someone who's kind of hit a slump, then, like you said, plan a party or plan a vacation. So it really depends on what's the reason for your slump. That's what's going to determine what you look forward to.
Yeah, I love that about kind of setting a goal, though, in 2016 or setting a date and having something to look forward to. Well, as we close, you know, what's your take home? What do you think people should really think about when they're, you know, maybe at this time of the month after the holidays thinking, you know, I just don't feel like I should?
They should be thinking about you're not going to be stuck this way. You can do something about it. It's going to pass. It's a feeling.
All right. Well, we love that you're now part of the Morning Blend family. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I trust that you had a wonderful holiday season with your family, and we look forward to having you back.
I would love that.
All right. We, of course, will put more info on our website as well, fox4morningblend.com.
You'll always remember her as the mom on E.T. Up next, we chat with the charming and talented Dee Wallace to find out about her new series that she is starring in. And then later, Carly is in the kitchen with a great recipe to help you and your kiddos eat more veggies. And the key word is pizza.